Good morning, dear students. Today we will learn more about the life in temperate grasslands. The natural vegetation of the temperate grassland is divided into three zones, that is tall grass, mixed prairie, and short grass prairie. Let's see them one by one. First, let's talk about tall grass prairie, which is sometimes called true prairie, and they are found in easternmost part. And the soil found here is very rich, and if you see the pictures also, these are the types of grasses which are found here. Okay, so the first one is big blue stem, the other one is prairie cord grass, and the other one is slough grass. Mid-grass or mixed grass prairie, so they support both bunch grasses and sword-forming grasses. They are the most extensive prairie subtype and occupies the central part of the prairie region. If you see the pictures, these are the different types of grasses found here. The first one is buffalo grass, the second one is grama grass, porcupine grasses are there, zebra grasses are there. So these are the grasses which dominate the vegetation here. Third is short grass plains. So short grasses occupy the driest part of the prairie and are covered primarily by species of buffalo grass, grama grass, Kentucky bluegrass, although not a native prairie species is found in all three major prairie subtypes. Here it is saying that Kentucky bluegrass is not a native prairie, which means it is not originally located here, but it is found in all three major prairie subtypes. Now let's learn about wildlife. So the prairies used to have herds of grazing animals such as bison, wolf. Most prairie chickens have disappeared from the prairie, but the coyote, prairie dog, jackrabbit, badger, hornlark, meadowlark, and various species of hawks and waterfowl are still common here. Insects also are abundant, especially grasshoppers and flies. Abundant means they are in more quantity. If you can see, these are the pictures of some animals found there. People found in the temperate grasslands are Native Americans, Blackfoot, Assiniboine, and Cree. See, the temperate grasslands of North America is called prairies. So the Native Americans, they were the first people who actually used the resources of the prairies. They used it for making medicine, they used it for making food. So they are called as Native Americans who have used the resources. The Blackfoot. So the Blackfoot were the people who lived in the prairies of Canada. So they were given this name because they used to wear shoes which were of black color. According to the real story or the fact, they used to walk through the ashes of prairie fires when there were fire in the prairies. So they used to walk on the ashes of it. So because of that, as a result, their shoes used to turn into black color. Next is Assiniboine. So it is believed that these were the people who lived in the prairies and led a semi-nomadic life, which means their lifestyle or life pattern was like a semi-nomadic. In our previous chapter, we have already discussed what is semi-nomadic life. So, what is semi-nomadic? It is it is the member of people living usually in portable or temporary dwellings, temporary places, and they usually practice seasonal migration. So they are called semi-nomadic people. The Cree. They are believed that they were the most powerful of the Native Americans living that time. So they were involved in trade practices of fur. That means they used to sell and purchase fur. They used to have the fur trading business. Now let's discuss about the economy of the prairie. The people in prairie used to have they have two major occupations, means how they used to manage their livelihood. So they were involved in dairy farming and agriculture practices. Wheat production is also done here at an extensive form with modern equipment and technology. So now let's discuss about commercial farming. So In commercial farming, the farmer cultivates crops and rears animals for commercial purposes. What are commercial purposes? Means for selling them in the market. The area cultivated and amount of capital used is large. Capital here means the money invested in it, money used in it. Most of the work is done by machine, example growing wheat and maize. And when these farmers grow their own animal feed, for example corn, hay, etc., this combination of crop cultivation and animal rearing on the same farm is called mixed farming. In dairy farming, cattle and goats are raised for the milk which is processed before sale. Other milk products such as cheese, butter are also processed here. Settlement found in prairie is Canada and US are highly industrialized. They have excellent transport networks. So most settlements are found along the rail and road routes, waterways on the Mississippi and Saskatchewan rivers and Great Lakes also provide transportation routes for bulky goods, means for transporting heavy products. The main cities in the area include Chicago, Minneapolis, Denver in the US, Edmonton in Canada. So these cities are very important railway and airway center.